Welcome, this is lecture 10. You're learning 5minuteMax and you're watching 5 minutes to max. In previous episode, we have learned about a bit about the menu and changing the shortcut keys. In this episode, we're going to be learning something about um, the special feature of Max, which we have in Max, but not in other DCC applications. There's so many applications that I have used do not have this feature, and which is just disappointment to me. But let's talk about the um, feature here, which is called the undo with a mouse click. Yes, I'd like to point out one thing before we start. As my primary and secondary buttons are different on my mouse, every time I use the term left mouse button, actually means right mouse button for many of you, unless your mouse settings are different as well. Max can undo something with the mouse click. Uh, I'm building a box here, and if I want to undo it, I have to just use Control Z to undo those actions. But look, when I'm just about to finish building the box, you have to you'll learn how to build the box in future episodes. But if I just press right button, it just vanishes. If you're looking at the inset, you can see I'm making this one, then again I'm pressing the left mouse button and it's just disappearing. Same with a plane. If I'm trying to create a plane and all of a sudden I decided no, I'm not going to do that, then it undoes that. Same thing happens if you want to rotate something, say a cone. We want to be rotating. We already know the keyboard shortcut for that. Let's say that that is the amount that we want to rotate, but at the last moment we have decided no, I just want to undo. You can't just let the mouse go and Control Z, but then again you can just save your time by just when you decided that you're going to be undoing, just press the left mouse button and it just comes back to the normal state or the initial state. It happens to be working with so many places over Max that you cannot imagine how helpful and how much time it will save you. So for a lot of different tools that we can just undo and cancel creating them. So that's one thing that we have learned, and it will also works with if you're using different types of manipulating icons, say scaling. Well, you are supposed to scale it like this much, then all of a sudden you didn't like it, press the left mouse button and just goes back. Now it takes a little bit of time to understand how this thing works, but I'll encourage you to create a random object. Just before finishing it, left mouse button and it just goes away. uh, sometime Sometimes you'll see a lot of different elements you're just trying to work with, say there's a couple cylinders, then you're just trying to work with multiple objects, and all of a sudden you decided to just say okay, this much is alright, but now all of a sudden accidentally you just selected the rotate tool and you started rotating, and you say okay, I don't want to rotate. At that time, left mouse button click, that comes in handy. So that's about undoing with the mouse, but you always have the option to Control Z and chronologically go towards the point where you want the scene to look like. So this is one thing we have learned in today's lecture, how to undo with the mouse button, and I'm sure this will work with you as well. So see you guys on next lecture.